So thanks for joining us on today's episode of Techbridge on Lagos Television. This is the show that we say connect you to the future, and that is true. When we talk about the future is not somewhere far away. It is actually right here with us, because technology is that future we talk about. We try as much as possible to set the record straight on this show, so that at the end of the day, you have technology working for you and not against you. I am Sheyi Fumiola today. Welcome to Techbridge.
The internet has been aglogged with a lot of information. It's our duty as a tech bridge to show you and to bring to you the best of the information about what is going on. You are welcome to Tech Bridge. My name is Tony Olagobi.
All right, so it's talking about today is all about setting the record straight, giving the insight into what most people probably believe to be true, either right or wrong. We're talking 5G today, and a lot of information, the good, the bad, and probably the ugly, if there's anything in that aspect.
Well, the truth about 5G is something that over time people will debate anyway. So for us here, we have to talk about it. We have to consult the experts. We have to let them know what the 5G is all about, because whether you like it or not, it has come to stay.
It has come to stay, yeah. And one other thing is that a lot of controversies around the network itself, probably the health implication, if there's any, and of course, probably it has any correlation with any disease that we found around these days. All of that we're going to trash out on this show today.
And especially when people are looking at what is currently happening about the pandemic. And so we just need to douse the tension. Honestly, we need to douse the tension.
And eventually set the record straight.
Absolutely.
All right, so that is what we're talking about today. Please stay with us for all of that and more on Techbridge. We'll be back. So thanks for staying with us on Techbridge on Lagos Television. It is still your show, our show. We're talking 5G network, 5G internet connection, 5G speed, 5G deployment. What else can we put?
It's just 5G.
Yes, and really, there was something recently, I saw it, something like a joke really. Somebody was talking about the fact that he caught COVID-19 red-handed on the mask. And I'm like, how did that happen?
How come?
So you see what people think about. And at a point, people were debating it that 5G has any link with COVID-19. And eventually, that has been debunked in so many ways. And of course, we are going to add our voice to it. Someone who's an expert in that field is joining us today. That is Adekunle Bamidele, a telecom consultant and, of course, a tech entrepreneur. He will be shedding more light on all of that today.
I even expect a lot of telecom guys, the experts, to come up.
Yes.
Not only that, even the medical personnel. They will know what and what, because some of them are actually biomedical practitioners. They understand when you talk about radiation or frequency, when you talk about bacteria and viruses, they know what and what can lead or can cause this thing. So I expect them to come up and talk about this. And we are talking about it today.
Of course.
So Bamidele will be doing justice to
Yes,
that.
let's connect Bamidele via Skype today. So Adekunle Bamidele, telecom consultant and entrepreneur. Thanks for joining us on today's episode of Techbridge.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you, Shay. Thank you so much. Good morning.
All right, so it's a pleasure having you here too. So we want to have this thing clear once and for all. What is the big thing about 5G? 5G here, 5G there. Everyone is probably craving for it. So what is it about 5G?
We don't yet have 5G. We don't have commercially. What we understand in the industry is that there are some tests that have been carried out by the regulators and some of the GSM, mobile operators. So, and with the vendors. The vendors here are the equipment manufacturers. So we don't have 5G commercial in Nigeria now, and that has to be clear. So what normally happens is that let me just start with the ones we are familiar with, which is 2G.
Please do.
With 2G, what happened was that the difference between 2G and 1G is that with 2G you started having something like SMS services. I want to take something very, very important there. We started having something like SMS services. In those days, people have GPRS. I don't know whether you remember eGPRS, those kind of things. So from there, we moved to 3G because why? There's a need for data. The data part of the network was growing significantly.
That's true.
People could actually use their phone to do some things. You could do chats. You could WhatsApp became a bit important.
Yeah.
Then as the evolution continued, and we needed to probably do online learning and code. A lot of people were doing. They could have this kind of meetings I'm having with you now. There was a need now, and that requires more capacity, more bandwidth. Improvement in delays and so many things. A lot of devices are being connected together. There's a need for capacity. That is the triggering point for what? For 4G. You understand? And now we are now going now into 5G. We want to have smart cities, wireless, driverless cars, smart homes, smart factories, the ability for people to perform operation from anywhere in the world. So that requires a lot of work. It requires more bandwidth. That's the speed. What you call bandwidth, technically means speed to you. And also for that kind of precision, you need a network that has very, very short time for it to transmit data from one point to another. So what has happened is that as the bandwidth requirement is increasing because of the needs, which actually, and all these needs are put together, you see our needs are actually hard to the economic, output of any community or any society of any country. So for 4G, $100 billion industry was created. With 5G, $500 billion industry is expected to be created. So we're supposed to be happy as Nigeria, and we have to be part and parcel of this global initiative. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So with all of this that you've mentioned about the 5G, the migration from 1G to 2G up to 4G, and we are probably expecting 5G. So beyond the speed that we're expecting, what are the offerings? Should we say that more benefits that we should be expecting with 5G, and probably what makes it so difficult to just jump from 4G to 5G straight up?
Like every sector of the economy, it has its own challenges. So moving from 3G to 4G to 5G, because I spoke to you about the need for, it's all about capacity expansion and some what you call delay, you call it latency technically, but it's delay. You have to improve it. You have to improve the delay. So what implies that if, for example, now if you want to go from Lagos to Abuja and you're going by road, if you want to do a high speed train, it's going to cost you more. You're going to enjoy more. If you're going to go by plane, it's going to be faster. You understand? I'm trying to give you a symbol to what people can connect to. You have a road that takes you from Lagos to Abuja. Let's call that one 3G. Let's call that one 3G.
All right.
You get what? Now, when you're moving to 4G, what you're doing is that you have a plane. So you have to put a lot of infrastructure and you have to put a lot of precision in place. Air travel is different from what? Traveling by road. Now, if you want to now do a fast train that will take you 45 minutes, that you're now moving to 5G. You're going to enjoy more. You're going to arrive there better, but there has to be a lot. So, in terms of capacity, Nigeria has done a lot. What people are talking about is the spectrum. There's also the transmission capacity. You have to put fiber in place. You have to. There are also the devices that has to. Some of those devices you have today, they don't have 2G features until some phones have, some phones don't have. So there's a lot that has to do with capacity, just beyond the spectrum. And I have to emphasize on the spectrum. I want Nigerians to know that these spectrum we're talking about is that we use for the radio frequency spectrum are non-ionizing. Please look at that. I'm going to explain that word. They are non-ionizing. The band which they fall, they are non-ionizing. What is ionization? Ionization is that you need to put a bit of energy, into some particles so that they can emit electron. It's when they emit that electron. This is from I'm just trying to talk about that. That is when it becomes dangerous. So the 5G that we have today, based on what we have seen from experts, they are not ionizing. And I also want to talk a bit about. I want Nigerians to also understand something about the regulatory part of it.
Right.
There's a body called International Telecommunication Union.
Okay.
That body is responsible globally for standardization.
Okay.
That body is a body that a lot of countries have representatives on, and they look at a lot of things. When you hear 5G today, what it implies is that, people have started working on it like 3-4 years back, or maybe like 2 years back. There are a lot of experts that sit down on this thing. As I'm talking to you now, the 6G theoretical discussion has already begun.
Oh, like seriously?
Wow.
Yes, that's how it is. So there's a lot. There's a lot. There are so many bodies that are involved in this. ITU, you have Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineers.
Okay.
You have there's a body called International Council for Ionization, Radiation Protection
So a lot of them.
Council in the world that looks at all these things and look at the health effect. They don't only have telecom engineers here. They also have biophysics, epidemiologists that look at all these things. They have affiliations with WHO and co, and they come up with standards, safety nets that should be, adhered to. You understand? And after that, then it comes to the NCC. It comes to some in Nigeria, the local bodies that look at all these things, and they look at all the equipment and certify them before they come come live. Yeah.
All right, Adekunle, one of the questions that people will want to know is it true that 5G network or signal has any health implication on the populace, on the people? Because that has created so much fear in the heart of people. So we would like you to respond to that.
No, I think it's false. That's a false narration. You understand? You see, the further you are, okay, let me. I don't know. There's a BBC video that I don't know how. I think that it's now in circulation. So what they did was that they took an electromagnetic tester. They took just like your tester, a normal tester, but you use it very well to look at the signal strength. So it's only when and they looked at what is acceptable in let me say it's 100 point, for example, that's acceptable in UK. So when you are on top of the antenna, the antenna itself, it got 500 points.
Okay.
That's and when you are very close, as you are talking to the antenna, but immediately you are like 1 meter down from the antenna. This video can be valid. It's something we can people can actually have access to. You see that the acceptable signal strength fell from, if I'm right, from like 500 to like 50 something or thereabout. Wow. By the time they went 3 meters back, it went to 15, even less than what the regulation takes as threshold for things to become harmful to the health. So in fact, what we know is that the further you hide from the base station, in fact, your phone might actually, give more energy. Let me just put that word than what the base station actually emits.
When you are close to it. All right, so that was really explicit explanation you've given us there. So, but I really want to let you go, Adekunle, without asking you this one. We just need you to put a voice to it. We know there has been a lot of information around this. Now, is there any correlation between COVID-19 and 5G network, or even any of the G's network in the first place?
Yeah. My take is 5G has no capital letter no.
Thank you.
No relationship with coronavirus.
Okay.
And because I actually talk from a technical background. If anything has to be proven, it has to be proven technically. Number one.
Sure.
Yeah. Number two is that's number one. I've told you a lot of bodies that people can actually go on the internet to solve and get. I've mentioned about International Council for non-ionizing radiation. I've talked about you can look at WHO, you can look at IEEE, NCC, ITU. They have loads of articles that have been written on these things. But what we need to understand is that it's also a continuous exercise. People are doing a lot of research. I know a lot of people that are actually opening up research and doing tests and to validate. Maybe there's something they are missing. You understand? But for now, what we know, there's no relationship within it. There's no relationship between 5G and coronavirus. They are unfounded statements that you can't back up with any technical or scientific evidence. From not only from the telecommunication part of it, there's also the biophysics part, which is the ionization. There's also, which is very, very important, there's also epidemiologists. There are people that are concerned about how disease spread. There's signs of how disease spread, how you control the disease, how disaster. They are all involved in this thing. So when you look at those, when you look at it from this perspective, and you say there's absolutely we need. Other than that, what Nigeria should be, and especially the youth in Nigeria should be prepared to take advantage of is the opportunities that lies in 5G.
Thank you, Adekunle. The truth is, we have heard so much about this 5G, the advantage, and all those things. I think it would be appropriate if you can get more information about the advantage, the opportunity that exists in the forthcoming 5G.
Yeah, we also have to thank the government, federal government of Nigeria and the Minister of Communication and Digital Economy. They've started some initiative at, on broadband. There's some broadband initiative they're actually taking to the next level so that broadband penetration can improve in Nigeria. Okay, I mentioned something earlier. I spoke about like a $500 billion, opportunity that this is going to create for us. You get it? So the opportunities are going to be from the services that ride on it, are automation, IoT, Internet of Things. Because we're moving from a situation where you have like 100,000 devices per kilometer being connected to like 1 million devices per kilometer. So even if we can't, for example, probably we don't have the technology yet in Nigeria locally to produce those sophisticated equipment. But we can play around in the software part, the middleware and the front end solutions, and you can tap in $5-6 billion, and you have $6 billion employing 1 million people. It's a lot that we got, and I think Nigerian, and I hope the government can actually look at this. It's something that we should actually look at, empowering ourselves, turning this country to a 5G digital hub.
That's a good one.
From automation to IoT to cybersecurity, there are huge potential that we can quickly, secondary school dropouts, secondary school students, university students can easily tap into these things. You understand? And we can also look at online learning now. Most schools are shut down. Automation and a lot of things can come in place, and before you know it, we have online schools, and it's going to create jobs. There are people that will have to set them up, manage them. You understand? It's going to be another addition to what we have as the normal educational system. I mean, what we have going to school. So you can also use it for maybe the older people who are not, who are also a bit friendly with, who also know how to use this kind of devices. You can actually start going to the markets, and start, using those infrastructure you provided to educate people. The opportunities are among us. You can't. So it's sad that we are actually, we're supposed to use this lockdown period to skill ourselves, especially the youth. This is a message to the youth. There's so many webinar, so many free online tutorials and things that you can pick one or two skills that post-corona, when the impact of post-corona comes, we could have like 100,000, 1 million, 2 million youths are ready, to go and toe the line of the economy, because a lot of things are going to change. And automation is one of the things that people are looking at. And 5G will have to drive that automation. Yeah.
Now, this one very last one, I promise, is that if we are talking 5G, so are we also looking at increase in the amount involved in terms of subscription? Is it going to be more expensive to subscribe to data? Because we are looking at a lot of better offers now. So what's your take about that?
Okay, you see, 5G requires a lot of investment. 5G requires a lot of investment. But if you look at something, let me give you something, and you have to look at it from a dollar and naira perspective. Okay. If you look at when we started GSM, it was 15 naira per minute. You understand?
Then way back.
And it was 15 naira per minute. Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes.
My call was 15 naira per minute. You understand? So what happened? what happened? Now 15 naira per minute then was like maybe like $0.50 or maybe $0.4 or so.
Yeah.
Today, maybe the calls are like 12 naira per minute.
Yes, really.
Even as the naira has been devalued against the dollar, what does it imply? It implies that the investment in the sector is right, and there's been competition in the sector. So what you see is that the cost of calls are actually going down. We're not saying it is the right price, the premium price for a lot of Nigerians to come on. It can actually also go further. So the discussion is when you have investment, you have government incentives and a lot of things and competition that can actually help you, further drop the price. I don't think the pricing thing will increase. That's my own opinion, because there are 4 major players and there are other players that are actually, So what we need to do is just to deepen this further. And once we do that, I am very sure with the government the government participation and all our stakeholders, I'm sure a lot will happen. And this also tells a message to because one of the things operators also some people face doing business in Nigeria is vandalism and co. So people should see this as a national asset. They should see the base stations, or whether we like it, it's a national asset for our country.
Absolutely.
It's now a national asset because the data, the economy of the world. If you look at another thing, like in 2000s, the top companies in the world were oil and gas firms, oil companies. But today, they are what? Amazon, Facebook.
The online companies.
The online platform. And so the Nigerian youth, we are actually supposed to be playing in this sector. We are supposed to be an engine of growth, development. We're supposed to ensure that we contribute ours so that we can take our own portion of this huge sector. Automation is predicted to create like $512 billion in the next 5-10 years.
Wow.
And automation, that's the soft part of automation. It's a lot. You understand? So if and this is the discussion that we should encourage and discourage all these other things I'm explaining about, because there's no technical backing to it. And I want to appeal to the Nigerian youth. We should not destroy any of these assets. These assets, one way or the other, are things that can actually make our lives better.
Well, all points taken, Adekunle. Thanks so much for all those insights. We hope to connect with you some other time, and we appreciate you for this connection you are giving us today. Thank you so very much.
God bless. Thank you so much.
All right. Okay, so Adekunle there, bearing it as in his own mind about all this.
That is why it's good to have somebody who knows about this, so that at least it won't just be following fake news and hoaxes. Now, with what he has said, you can see that there are a lot of advantages compared to all the fake news that we hear.
Yes, and probably beyond what we know, that it's just 5G here, 5G here.
Think
Nobody
about
has
it. Look at the advantages. Fast internet facility and speed.
And
download, upload, and all those stuff.
A major bedrock for achieving a smart city, IoT, and the rest of it. So it's beyond just the health hazard. And eventually explained that there is nothing to be afraid of when it comes to 5G and the health implications, or even any of the G's at all.
There's no correlation. So I don't know where the fabrication comes from.
I guess it's just the fear of the unknown. It's natural with human beings when we are delving into a world that we've never explored before. We express some fears, we have our reservations, and everybody just send out that panic button, kind of. That's what I see there. Well, that was Adekunle anyway, and we hope we'll connect with him some other time.
Yeah, I think we should do more of this.
Yes,
and see the advantages that this thing can bring.
And he also made mention of something I think we need to hammer on, that, and that is the fact that everyone should begin to see it as a responsibility to protect all these facilities, all these base stations that we have. It might belong to a particular telecom company, but eventually it is our collective responsibility, collective asset. Yes, so we should not just see it as something that you can vandalize or tamper with wrongly, because at the end of the day, it's coming back to us.
It's coming back to us because all those things are actually investments.
All right, so I think we have to draw the curtain on the show today. Many thanks for joining us on Techbridge today. Remember that you can connect with us on our Facebook page, that is Techbridge LTV. And of course, on YouTube, we are Techbridge LTV as well. Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you can have a prompt of every fresh episode, and you can watch all other previous episodes again and again. So till some other time, keep achieving more, keep leveraging on technology, and keep innovating. I am Sheyi Fumiola today. Bye for now.
Continue to explore the opportunities that this is bringing to your door. My name is Tony Alabuke. Thank you for staying with us on Techbridge today.
All right, bye.